Hi everyone, if you're new here, hi, my name is Anna and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, I go by the name GH0STBLONDIE, but my name is Anna, and today's video is going to be a testing Aldi makeup video. I was really super excited to try this out. I saw it, I went straight to Aldi to buy it. There was a few things I couldn't get my hand on. I saw the Hoola dupe in there, but it was smashed and I don't want to spend money on something which was broke. But I did manage to get all the other things I did want to try. So if you want to see how I created this look, what side is why do I keep saying drugstore? If you want to see what side is Aldi, I've just pointed. I don't know how to do it now because I feel like I'm giving it away. If you want to see how I created a side which is normal products versus the Aldi dupes, then keep on watching. Right, so obviously to start off with, I look very pale and very matte. I did first of all use the primer. I used the primer. I didn't really talk through this because I forgot to actually. I didn't realise my camera wasn't actually recording. But I did use the LaCura Snapshot Ready Foundation Primer. Let's be honest here, guys. Look how similar this looks to the Smashbox one. I think it's literally ridiculous. The font is the same, the writing is the same, the colour's the same, like the silver strips around the bottle is the same. It's literally the exact same, if you can see it. And although obviously a lot of this is to do with the packaging, talking formula wise as well, I have the Smashbox one. It's very silicone-y, it feels the exact same, I'm not gonna lie, it does. And although a lot of people I feel like have a little bit of controversy of like they shouldn't be copying, at the end of the day there is brands such as Makeup Revolution and things like that that do have very similar products. Although the packaging might not be as identical as Aldi have obviously gone in, they are still pretty much copying the products from brands. When I've seen they've got palettes like brands like Makeup Revolution do have palettes like the Huda Beauty palettes. They have We Heart Makeup, which make Love Heart box blushes like Too Faced. There's the chocolate bar palettes. There are brands that obviously do this, but I just feel like they might have gone in a step too far with the names and the packaging. But if you are going to be able to get a product which is like less than a fraction of the price and it does work, I would recommend honestly giving it a go. I think if you can save some money, go out and try it. But I really like this and it felt really good. My makeup went on really nice on top, and yeah, I was quite happy with how it worked. I don't have the bronzer unfortunately because I was going to get one. There was only one in the store and it was cracked and it was like smashed to pieces and it just wasn't really going to work. The brush didn't come with it, anything, so I didn't want to buy something which was broke. But obviously I got everything I could, and I'm going to use, as you can see, I haven't done my eyebrows because I'm going to use the palette to do so. And let me get me naked one so we can actually compare the two. Now I'm not going to lie, if you watch my channel a lot or you've watched me or you know my sort of makeup style, it's a very warm tone. I like warm colours and reds and yellows and stuff. So obviously the palette I was more gravitated to was the sort of Naked Heat dupe, which was the warm colours. But when I opened it up, it was actually not very similar to the Naked Heat. Obviously they were the same sort of concept of colours, but I just don't really think they got that. If they were trying to copy it, they didn't really get it. But I wanted this to do with the eyes. I definitely wanted to do a comparison, so I decided to get the Naturals by LaCura 2, which is obviously the Naked 2. I have the Naked 2 right here. This was my first ever palette, like ever. My first ever proper high-end product. I remember getting this for Christmas when I was about 13, 14, and this is what it looks like. I haven't used this in such a long time. I used to use this like daily. If you can see, literally it is well loved. I hit pan on only the mattes actually, if you look at it weirdly. But yeah, when I saw they had the dupe of this in there when I was just looking, I decided to pick this one up instead. So this is what it looks like from the outside. Although the tins are very tins, packaging is very similar. The Urban Decay one obviously feels very better quality, although they feel and look very much the same. They are different colours. But let's have a look at the inside. So first of all, you do get a brush which just looks a little something like this. It's the same. And then obviously looking inside, hello, exactly the same. So if I'm just to show you up, obviously there is a bit of difference. As I said, mine is well loved, so there is actually a shade which has fell out, which has just got on my bed cover. But you know, these are what they look like. They're different, but again similar. They are pretty much, they look like they've copied the same concept of colours in the exact same order too. So I just thought we could test them out, we could compare. I'm going to use them I'm obviously putting this to the full test. So I'm going to do eyebrows too. So the eyeshadow colour I used to use to do my eyebrows all the time, I'm not sure if it's still going to look right now, was the colour Tease. And it was this matte, this one here. As you can tell, it's very, very highly hit pan on. So I used to use this for my eyebrows all the time, so I thought I'd use that today. Lilac in this one. So by Lilac, that's sounding a little bit purpley grey to me. So we'll see what they look like. Brows. I think we're going to use this side as higher as normal, this side as the Aldi side. So we're starting off with the Naked 2, and we're going to use this colour Tease, which as I said is this one here. And we're going to use this to do my eyebrows. Again, I haven't used this to do my eyebrows in absolute years, so I'm not sure what it's actually going to look like, but we'll give it a go. It's very pigmented still. I just remember always using this to do my eyebrows when I used to go, when I was at school actually. I used to use this palette every single day. It was obviously the only palette I used to have, and I used to use this all the time to do my eyebrows until I got the chocolate bar Too Faced one, the original, and then I sort of switched that and sort of used to mix all the brown colours. But this, and still is, a very good match for my hair because it's quite ashy. So yeah. Right, so that is one eyebrow done. As you can see, I do make my eyebrows a lot thicker than they actually are, but when I've got all my other makeup on, they don't look as bad as it probably does now. I use quite a big brush as well, but that's the colour. As you can see, it sort of matches my hair colour, and I'm sort of happy with how it looks. But yeah, let's use the Lacura one. The colour looks very similar to the one I just used. So what I'm noticing is that like, there is hardly any fallout. Like if I was to tap it off, there's like none. So I'm really happy with that. It's probably just as pigmented, just maybe not as dark. This is my bad eyebrow. As you can see, the colour is probably definitely lighter, but that's definitely not anything to do with quality of eyeshadow. Look, because as you can see, I've just drawn that line and that was literally one stroke, and it's very pigmented. Right, so that is eyebrows done. The difference I feel like was the colour. The formulas were the exact same. What I found was actually the colours. The formulas were the exact same. They both blended it so easily. I would actually say, because my eyebrows are quite thick at the moment, I'd actually probably rather use the Aldi one just because of the colour. And where they're quite thick, the actual powder moved quite easily through the Aldi. The actual Aldi eyeshadows worked for my brows a lot better. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. When I'm looking at these palettes, obviously I do just feel like you're paying for the name. It's Urban Decay. Obviously the quality of the eyeshadows are insane, but this was £6. If you didn't know whether you wanted to invest in something like this, I'd probably invest for £6. But let's move on to eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to just use this brush. So I'm thinking I'm going to do something, a look which I used to do quite a lot, and that's just definitely something quite golden and bronzy. So I think we're going to start off with that same colour, which is Tease, and through the crease, and we'll do, should we do the Aldi side first? I think the crease though, I'm going to work the shade Vanilla. I'm going to work the shade Vanilla over my eye first, just as a base. A lot of bit of powder, but in the actual pan there is no fallout whatsoever. But on the lid, I mean, there's not really a lot you can say about a white shade, really. Right, so we're going to use the shade Lilac. I'm not going to lie, I haven't done like a cool toned look like this in the longest time. Right, so I'm picking the product up from the pan. As you can see, there is a lot of fallout, and if I tap it off, there is actually a lot as well. But to be expected. Right, so let's go in the crease. It's quite pigmented. Actually very pigmented. I don't know if you can see. I feel like if you used to wear this eyeshadow by itself, it might look like, just because of the colour of it, and if you were to put it all over the eye, it might look like you've got a bit of a black eye. But just to blend in a little bit, it's okay. It's working really well. It's not patchy. It's a little bit of powder, and I am gathering a little bit of fallout, but don't you with every eyeshadow? Right, so it's actually worked really well so far. I think I'm going to leave that matte shade there, but might just deepen it a tiny bit. just a tiny bit. And now I'm actually going to move on to the shimmers because I feel like that's a good way to test how well the palette actually is. And that is going to be to use the shade, should we go with Sandy or Chopper? I think I'm going to go with Sandy and maybe just chop it on the outer corner. Right, we're going to go with Sandy. So I'm just going to use a flat type of brush just because that's what I would use if I was to do a shimmer. As I'm picking it up, again, not a lot of fallout, but definitely a lot went onto the brush. I'm just going to place this onto the inner corner. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Oh my god, it's actually really pigmented. I am seeing a little bit of fallout around here. So it was pigmented as I was expect like a drugstore eyeshadow to be, but not insanely. But I am now going to use the shade Coin on the outer corner just to see if it is any more. If I'm to show you that shade Sandy swatched on my hand, as you can see, it was really pigmented. So maybe if you use your finger, it might work. I'm going to do on this side the exact same look using the exact same colours, and then speed it up and then show you what they look like and compare the two together. I've just applied the exact same eyeshadows in the exact same places, and I'm not going to lie, my Urban Decay one actually had probably equally, if not more, amount of fallout. The eyes look similar. I'm just not gonna lie, I don't, them colours just don't really float my boat anymore. I don't feel like they suit me very well. The gold in the Naked 2 palette, the shade Half Baked, is a lot nicer in the Naked 2 palette. If I'd actually just buy that by itself and recommend that shade to anyone. It's absolutely gorgeous gold. The actual colours, the actual gold, the shade Half Baked compared to the shade Sandy, which I used from the Lacura one, this one was a lot more bronzy, whereas this one was a lot more golden and more of like a gold coin type of colour. But as far as palettes go, I'd say quality, I would say pigmentation wise, obviously the Naked 2 is a lot more pigmented, but comparing fallout and shade and just overall the palettes together, I wouldn't go and waste £40 on this palette. I would recommend getting this because I think the quality, I'm sorry about the sun, I think the quality for £6, you can't go wrong. It was a good palette, it worked, there was nothing wrong with it. As you can see, my eyes do look pretty similar, so I would definitely go with the £60 one. One thing I definitely wanted to compare though with the Naked 2 and the Lacura one was the black. The most insane black I've ever used from any palette and most pigmented is this Naked 2 one. This is the best black I've ever used. It's called Blackout and it is so black. So I actually wanted to compare it to the Lacura one, which again looks black, but it doesn't look as black, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna try it out. I'm just gonna use a really small eyeliner brush and try and attempt a wing on both. So I'll do the Naked 2 one first, just using this. As you can see, this is a black eyeshadow and I'd say this is exactly the same, very similar to eyeliner. I don't know if you can see that, literally took me 2 seconds and I've got like a black wing. It's black and it's a bit of a wing, but it's a black wing. So now I'm going to try the ALDI one and see if it's any pigmented. I've cleaned the brush, so the pigmentation or anything shouldn't affect it, but I'm going to go with the wing first. Oh, it's definitely pigmented. It definitely drew that black really quick. Done that wing a little bit too big. These are the biggest wings I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie, the Urban Decay one I'm literally just having to dip in and place on my eye, but I am having to push with this one. But the only actual benefit I had with that was that I didn't have to have as much control with my brush, because the Urban Decay one can actually be a little bit too much at times. Right, so I'm not gonna lie, the wings weren't my best work at all. I haven't done wings like that in such a long time. This is what they look like. From far away, they probably look both as equally bad as each other, but they both did work. So what else you want from a palette if they both work? I'm just going to stand here and say I think you should go for the £6 one. It's cheaper and the quality is similar. is similar, but you get what you pay for £6. So next we're going to do mascara. The mascara, the the Aldi one, instead of Benefit, They're Real, is called Too Legit. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's, I do think that's quite bad how they've copied. I think it's copying is one thing, but like the packaging is obviously, if you know They're Real, you'll know they're obviously very similar. I have the packagings to compare here. Would you, if you wasn't a beauty person, would you be able to tell the difference? Probably no. So we're going to try them out. On this side, obviously we're going to do the Too Legit, and this side we're going to do They're Real, and we're going to put them to the test. So I'm going to do They're Real first. I use this mascara pretty much on a daily basis. I love it. It's one of my favourites. I don't actually use mascara by itself a lot because I'm actually an avid falsie wearer, so I literally wear falsies all the time. So now I'm going to put this one to the test. I just find this one goes really well. Plastic applicators work well with eyelashes. But yeah, as far as this formula feels, coating the lashes and length, it's doing the job. Right, so I'm just going to use bronzer. As I said, I was going to attempt to try the Hoola, but they didn't have any there which were intact. So I'm just going to bronze as I would, and then we're going to try the blush, which I'm probably most excited about. I actually have another product I'm going to be trying at the end of this video, which if you're more into skincare and you're into They're Real and a proper dupe, which you use all the time, I definitely stick around for, because if you're like me and you're very into skincare, they have a Lizelle dupe, and obviously there are a lot of brands that do Lizelle dupes. There's ones like the Superdrug one, which is absolutely amazing. I use all the time, but this one, I think they've been a bit sneaky. The logo is the exact same. But obviously with all these products I'm trying out now, they've been very sneaky, like they're very much similar. But this one, they've copied the logo as well, which I think is quite bad. But I haven't tried it out yet, so I wanted to try it out with you guys obviously again. Right, so now in bronze I feel like it looks a little bit better. As you can see, mascara wise, especially by the bottom lashes, the They're Real is a lot blacker, like a lot blacker. But I feel like it's known for being black. But again, £24 I think They're Real is, and £5, you can be the judge of what you want to pay. Next up we've got the blush. I don't own NARS Orgasm just because it's expensive and I wouldn't pay that for a blush. But obviously when I saw this is one I was most excited to buy, because obviously it's a dupe and I want to try out a dupe because I'm not willing to pay that price. And that is the Gold Blush Lacura Blush. Hello NARS packaging is the exact same again. This feels very similar. I have a NARS eyeshadow palette, feels the same. It does make you think, what are you paying for? I know you're obviously paying for quality. You see it, the plastic packaging is the same as NARS again, and this is what it looks like. It's obviously like Orgasm, it's gold and it's got like pink with gold reflex, but let's try it out. Because I'm so excited for this one. I'm just going to use this brush. This is my blush brush I use all the time. So there's not a lot of fallout, but it's insanely pigmented. And I'm going to try this on both sides because, yeah. Oh, it's creating quite like a nice sheen to my cheeks. It's very golden. Oh, wow. I'd say if you're going to use this, you wouldn't even need to use a highlighter because it's sort of built in. I feel like ones like this are really nice to give you like a healthy flush because, yeah. I really like that. Lipstick, I really like that. I think that's so worth money. Maybe Orgasm blush is a little bit different, but again, I'm so on board with that. I'm going to use that all the time. I'm now just going to put a lipstick on. I'm just going to put Jeffree Star Leah one just because I want a little bit of something on my lips, and they didn't have a lip product which I could see. I mean, if they want to bring some out, then definitely do, because I would buy it. If you want to see how the Lizelle dupe is, then keep on watching. But this is the box. Right, so first up, this is the box. I'm not being funny, right? Where is the difference? I think the worst part about it is I think dupes are okay, but I think when they're plainly, I loved everything else. I just think with this one, they've even tried to copy like the Lizelle logo. It's very similar. The product itself is absolutely huge. It is 200 mils, which you will see in the next clip, but it does the job. It is very good, and again, I'd probably repurchase this and repurchase Lizelle. But I don't know what the skin benefits are like yet. I don't know if it's going to break me out anything, but obviously just the first time using it, it is a really good product. Now we tested the makeup, we're going to take it off using the Lacura Hot Cough Cleanser. Obviously it's the same as Lizelle, the dupe here is the dupe of the Lizelle. The cloth feels very good. I'm not going to use the cloth just because I don't want to get it dirty. So I'm just going to use my hands like I usually would the Lizelle one. So wait, I'm just going to use my hands like I would the Lizelle one, and let's see how it goes. Obviously you get 200 mils in here, and what I usually do is apply it to my hands, rub it in, and then rinse it off. So that's what we're going to do. Honestly speaking, I love how this makeup come out, and I don't really want to take it off, but yeah. Probably just about that amount. That's how much I would usually use. It says for all skin types, and then I'm just gonna rub it in to like, probably the true test here is I've got Jeffree Star liquid lipstick on, and if it gets a liquid lipstick off, probably the judge. This is how I usually do it, just to remove makeup, because it works. Oh, look how quickly they got rid of that. Oh my god, it's actually really good. It's literally got everything off. That side it had a DECAY blackout eyeshadow on, which is super black, and then there one mascara on by Benefit, and wow, literally there's no residue and it's all gone. My skin feels really fresh, it feels really hydrated, and that is going to be a thumbs up as well. So that is the finished makeup look. I'm absolutely in love with it. I am really happy with how it came out. I think my favourite was the blush, because as you can see, I just think it's a really nice flush of pink. It makes you look healthy, and yeah, I feel like if I was to sort the eyeliner out, because I used a brush and I'd usually use like a liquid one, and I put lashes on, I'd go out like this. I'll go out with it like this now, to be honest with you. I don't think it looks that bad. I really like it. I'm going to go with, my favourite thing was definitely the blush. It's absolutely gorgeous, the palette and everything. I'm just going to be straight, and I think if you were debating going for any of these high-end products, please just go to Aldi. See if you can get any other stuff in there. They had a Touche Eclat YSL dupe, but it wasn't my shade, it was too dark, so I didn't want to get something that wasn't my shade. There's so many good dupes in there. It's absolutely amazing quality, and just try it out before you spend so much money on something else. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If there's any other videos you'd like to see, then comment below and I'll be sure to make them for you as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi everyone, if this is the first